All right, shalom, shalom.
All right, shalom, shalom. All right.
Giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem El Shai.
Shalom, shalom. All right.
Giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem El Shai. Hashem HaKadosh.
Shalom, shalom. All right. Giving all praise and honor and
Hashem HaKadosh. Of course, giving double honors to our apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who peace and salutation to the elect. Shemai Muffin is a mopper from the Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp located here in the city of Philadelphia. Coming with another week lesson. Of course, double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, the elder bishops as well. Part of B. So, I'm the brother Mopper from the Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp located here in Philadelphia. Just coming with this update. So, as we do know, and I believe it's still currently going on. Maybe a couple more days are remaining. You have the big, it's like a World Economic Forum meeting that's going on, Davos. All right. Which is not open to any independent media, I believe. You only have, of course, approved media from the mainstream that's able to be there. But, yeah, you have it that this is off of Zero Hedge, published today at 11:45 a.m. Today being January the 20th year of 2023, the year of Adawan Ratchazah, Yahweh Ratchazah, all prophecies be fulfilled, which everything is moving towards Yahweh Ratchazah, that happening. Of course, we gotta, of course, not hasten above our Maker, but we do hasten at the end of the day. You have it that a Davos speaker, she got various leaders attending, from various governments and such. It says a Davos speaker explicitly outlined the WEF agenda when he stated that goal was to create a NW, and we know, OOO. Okay? So it's not like they're not, beating around the bush about it. They're telling you outright. Where in times past, you stating that would be you looking like a kook or something, or crazy. Well, you have global elite, okay, stating these things. Now, it says that the remarks were made during the annual elitist confab yesterday by this particular individual, which he's a Pakistan Minister of Foreign Affairs, Bilawal Bhutto Zardai. And he said here at this particular summit, which is the WEF, there's loads of discussions about what the NWOO will be and how do we work towards that new normative international order that allows us to address our differences and disputes as civilized world. And hey, what you got to understand is that, they are moving towards completely, uniting and universalizing everything. Okay. Just as the beast, which is the NATO and the EU, which came together, with, With the EU, with the whole Treaty of Rome, the various European powers, the vassal states coming back, all right, originally spawning from 10 horns. And then you have, of course, the North NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, in which you have various of these Edomite-led, countries are a part of. You got other countries as well too. But we go into them seven heads and them 10 horns. You have it. The seven heads being, we go into the whole beast structure. They are, Esau, Edom's main, major governments. Your Germanian major are ruled by Esau. Your Germanian major, Germanian minor, the French, the Spanish, the British, and the Romans, and the Greeks. Okay. Now, talking about let's allow us to address our differences and disputes as civilized world. Okay, and like I said, I'm gonna make this a very, very brief lesson, just through the spirit. I'm gonna go to Revelation 17, because you gotta understand, the top, leaders of the countries that's at that summit, they have and mainly representatives of this beast system. All right. So I'm gonna go to Revelation chapter 17. And they talked about universalism and such, being all together and such. All right. This is the book of what's that? Revelation chapter 17. And I'm going to just start at 11. It says, "And the beast that was, and is not, even he is the eighth, and is of the seventh, and goeth into perdition." Okay? And we do know that, of course, Babylon the Great, came out of the structure, coming, this is the new Roman Empire. All right, you had Great Britain, which is the mother of America and such. All right, and ultimately it's going to be destroyed. All right. It says, "In the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. And these have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast." Okay, in which, the various 10 horns, they give their power to the beast, unto NATO. Okay. And, you have this whole United Nations, this whole unity, which they push. Let's come all together and settle the differences. And the main reason is why is because they want to fight against Yahushua. Okay, the Lord of all lords, The King of Kings. Yep. And it says, "These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings." And hey, I just said that through the Spirit. I didn't even read the next verse. That's the Lord speaking through the Spirit. Call on my Yabashim Shai. Hashem Kokadosh. And I'm praying. The audio is totally fine, but it says, "And they that are with him are called, chosen, and faithful, the elect that it be." Okay. And it says, "And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, which the whore is America, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore." All right, which the different EU nations are going to come against America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And this is the main point right here. "For the Most High had put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled." So it spoke about their minds. The Most High had put in their minds, in the heart, which is mine, to fulfill his will. It was the Lord's pleasure, and to agree. Okay, so going into that word for agree in the Greek, which would be this Greek word, which is poie or poieo, which just means to execute. Okay, to make ready. Okay, these different EU nations are ready to make ready, and prepare, particularly for what? The beast, its whole system. Okay, which ultimately is to come together and fight against Yahweh Hashem Shai. Sorry, stop. So when we go to now, is back to this. I didn't mean that, like I said, I was gonna split up into 2 different lessons, but it says that in here that I hope this time around, once we're building this new NWO, our new rule-based order, the voice of the global South and developing world is included, said Zardari. Another speaker complained about countries valuing their own sovereignty over the interests of the world order, right? And you have some countries, that want to have complete control over the decisions concerning their countries, but you have it where the globalization is being pushed forward in unity. It says WEF declares countries need to respect global rules and say we have countries that are respecting their national interests beyond the rules. This particular person, she ends by saying we have to take in consideration the world order. Okay? Let's go into it. As it says, the establishment media still threats NWO as a conspiracy theory that doesn't exist. Part of when the actual globalists use the phrase, in which case it does exist and is a good thing. What will life look under this new order? New world. We don't have to make wild guesses. Numerous other Davos attendees have explicitly outlined how it will be manifested. All right. So, I'm just going to skip to this main point, which on the point, like I said, you see what it say right there. The Sharat. The, the World Economic Forum predicts humans will soon embrace implanted brain technology so they can decode complex thought. And you have to understand that Elon Musk has a major part of that. They also say the more that healthy people adopt neurotechnology, the more data they can gather on you. They say neural signals can be used for biometrics, right, to authenticate the digital database to monitor who has been having a Sharat of that different dosages for the pestilence and who hasn't. Okay, so hey, this man is exalting this technology. Okay, you got a former UK Prime Minister, Tony Blair, we know him, calls for a digital database to monitor who has a Sharat and who has not for a future pestilence. Okay? You have a crackdown on disinformation that's preventing people from taking Sharats, and they against that. You want everything to be pretty much, they want everything to be inclusive. Everybody to be down with, particularly what they are about. And I'll go Yaharatazah into a breakdown with different little talking points, which I've seen these different talking points do other people within alternative media, but we'll go through it on my own. Just, go into it. So I'm going to leave off with this one precept. And Salak, I would love to go into more of that. I'm have to go back over more of this revelation, and future for, newer, but I got to take some renewed notes to bring my revisions. So Psalms 64. Book of the Volume, chapter 64, which he reads in verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And the true men of the Lord are fleeing away. The hopefully elect are fleeing away from the system and all of its beliefs. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, Shem Kakudash. As you can see, their own tongues are fall upon themselves. Their own whistleblowers, own people are telling it. So, we don't look stupid. This is the type of, most people are concerned about local news and not the geopolitical events such as this. They have to be crazy. So shalom to the elect. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shai, Shem Kakudash. Shalom. Till next time.